Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here to do my recap of Love After Lockup, Season 4, Episode 37, Red Flag After Red Flag.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop.
aunties and everybody needs.
You can make this up.
Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lives, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, welcome back, everybody, and this is Auntie. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button and joining this family, one of the best families on the YT. And to all of my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. If I had to rate this episode of Love After Lockup, Season 4, Episode 37, Red Flag After Red Flag, I will rate this episode a B minus. Let me know down in the comment section what you would rate this episode of Love After Lockup. Again, I must begin by saying this is the best cast of Love After Lockup. Y'all let me know. This is like the best cast. This is the best season, hands down. These people are reaching 100,000 subscribers on Instagram, where other cast members from previous seasons are struggling. Okay. So it really has been good. It's been good having you all out here enjoying this review with me week after week. We have been having record numbers in the chat, and I'm so very grateful. But having said that, let me put my glasses on so I can bring these mofos up on the screen. Hoping everybody had a great Saturday. And we're going to go ahead on to get into it. Let me bring these people up. Let me bring these people up, Auntie. Okay. So the first couple I want to talk about is Nathan and Skylar. Of course, last week we know that the two of them were out on a date and they were being disturbed by one of Skylar's friends. And Nathan went off. All of us believe, many of us believe that he called the dude on the phone the N-word, and we won't really feeling him, still not feeling him. While he made an apology this episode to Skylar, he needs to really come out on somebody social media platform and apologize, because if he didn't say it, it sure did sound like it. It was very close to him calling that guy that. But Skylar is just as wrong as, well, not just as wrong, but she's wrong too, because she could have taken time out and put her phone on silence the moment that Nathan said that he was going to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs if she continued the phone conversation, because he had been waiting around for her to have this first date. And so while everything was just like, crazy and everything, I don't appreciate the fact that in this climate that he would use that word and that the network will cover it. I think that if he used the word, they should have let him be seen for who he really is. Because all of us, honey, are looking around the tree. And we think that we know what we're looking at. Okay? Like we really think we know what we're looking at, but we're going to move on. But I'm going to tell you, I did not appreciate it like at all. And I'm really not interested in this storyline because of that. And that's a faux show. Faux show. The next couple that I want to talk about is Gabby and Chris. Now, we saw last week that Gabby went to go and see an attorney because she had some charges and she was thinking that, she was going to be facing jail time and all of that. And she is just, like really immature, like very, very immature. So we see her go over to her mother's house and she has Christopher with her. She comes into the house and she automatically starts digging in stuff that's up on the kitchen counter. And her mother turns around and was like, okay, what y'all doing here? And she said, I brought a guy for you to see. And it was Christopher. She didn't formally introduce them. She did not try to make the situation better. She just had Chris on his own. And so Chris was, standing in the door looking dumb, as if he doesn't have any etiquette or anything like that. He doesn't know how to greet. And the mother is instantly asking Chris about, him dating and why he's talking to other women. Frankly, mother, if your daughter is tolerating it and she sees that she's got a 3-strike you out rule, then you don't have anything to say about it. And now I see why Gabby is the way that she is, because the mother was just quite nasty. There is a way to read him and to tell him about how you feel about him, without being the way that she was. I thought she just straight up came off disrespectful. And she needs to be saying a lot of that stuff to her daughter, because your daughter is being treated the way that she is allowing Chris to treat her. Now, Chris gave an explanation and was like, people was hollering at me and saying different things, because I was home and I was saying thank you and all that kind of stuff, which is believable. Now, I'm not saying that Chris wasn't cheating. I'm not saying that he didn't have the mind to cheat. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is what he said was believable. We've seen with Derek. We've seen with other inmates that have come out, that people have come around and, or called or whatever, or, had wild goose chases. We've seen that other people have been wanting to be connected to these prisoners and saying, hey, what's up? What's going on? Woo. Thank you so much, Kayla Gray, for the $4.99 super chat. Love you, Auntie. Did you see when Gabby bucked at her mom as she was walking away? My mother would have had me on the floor, but she did it behind her mother's back. But we haven't gotten there yet. But yes, Kayla, I did see it, and we'll be talking about it. Thank you, Boo, for the super chat. So, Chris was like, I'm coming home. And he has children. He has baby mamas, all that kind of stuff, right? And so he gives her an explanation about what's going on. Thank you so much, Cat K, for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Boo. So, the mother's like, why are you talking to these people? And, whoop, 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 and boop, 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 and just being just straight nasty with him. And she has a right to do whatever she wants to do, but we got a right to feel the way that we feel about it too. And I thought she was very rude. And I thought that as her being an older woman, she should have taken the high road. And sometimes we don't want to take the high road, but sometimes we can't make decisions for our kids. And that is one of the things that the mother has to understand, that every parent has to understand. We can't make the decision. She picked them. Your daughter picked him. Not only has your daughter picked him, but she got charges on her. She's doing all kinds of stuff. She a criminal too, in my opinion. Thank you so much. Just a matter of time for the $10 super chat. I'm torn, Auntie, on the mother's behavior. Don't bring people to my house when I've told you not to. That's not Chris' fault, but okay. I've been that way when someone has brought to my house when I made it clear not to bring them. But the mother attacked Christopher and not Gabby. The mother attacked Christopher and was rude with Gabby. So everything you saying is legit, but that ain't what we saw. What we saw was the mother attacking Christopher for the stuff that's going on in the relationship between Gabby and Chris. And yes, that's her house, but she need to get on her daughter. She shouldn't have let him in there, but she's filming, so she'll have a choice. Thank you so much, Kitty, for the $10 super chat. Hey, Auntie. I just found you last week and been watching your commentary nonstop. I don't even watch these shows. LOL, love you. You are a light. Thank you so much, Kitty. Welcome to the family, Kitty. Thank you so much, Chrissy, for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you, boo. And the thing about it is, I mean, I understand what y'all saying or what some of y'all may be saying. You know what I'm saying? And if kid, you can have your opinion. But at the same time, the mother is talking to Chris nasty. She's not being, the girl let him in the house. And then she just, she's the type of person that'll throw a rock and hide her hand. Gabby took no responsibility for bringing Chris up in her mother's house. And then she leave him out there high and dry because she's so daggone immature. So Chris is in there battling with her mother. These conversations he shouldn't even be having with her mother. The mother needs to know her place, and her place is in the background while Gabby do everything, every reckless thing that she can do, including dating an inmate. Where her mother came out there talking about she was dating NBA players and all this old kind of stuff. Allegedly, the mother said that. Well, guess what? Now she's dating a felon, and she brought the felon to your house. And Chris was like, I'm thinking that, I'm going to have a welcome like any other kind of mother would. And, breakfast or something like that. And she was like, you already ate the mango. He didn't ask for, or maybe he did ask for, excuse me, y'all. And we didn't see that part. But nevertheless, to me, she was rude. She was rude and she was nasty. Y'all let me know down in the comments section what y'all believe. I think that she was nasty is I don't know what. Get on your daughter. And then the thing about it is she is the one that's protecting her daughter or call herself protecting her daughter. Call herself protecting her daughter. And when she walks out the room, her daughter goes in front of Chris. So Chris got more respect for her mama than she got for her own, because who does that behind their mother's back? Who throws punches? And you think you're not going to pay for that? That's why her life is the way it is. She's going to pay for the stuff that she's doing. Who does that? Gabby. But she's the same one when she gets in trouble or she needs money or food in her her belly, she goes to her mother. And she going to do that in front of Chris. So what makes Chris have any more respect for her mother than what she shows and then what she displays? We ain't doing that. That was extremely disrespectful of Gabby, and it let you see how Gabby really feel about her mother. And she knew that could go on the editor's floor. She has no regard for anybody but herself. But her mother was nasty too. So we see where Gabby gets that kind of venom from. We saw it right there on television. And then the next thing we know, we see her walking through the park looking homeless. Now, this is the incident that was supposed to have happened between her and Chris. Unfortunately, we only got Gabby's side, which is what we continue to get, is Gabby's side. When Gabby's side they've been holes punched through the whole thing. Gabby say he locked up. He's interviewing with a YouTuber sitting beside his mother. Gabby says she had broken bones and a tooth. But we see her in the interview folded up Indian style, moving back and forth. Since she took herself out the hospital, they gave her some kind of medicine that miraculously got rid of come on, 2 hours. She says that she called the police. Now, I'm not saying he didn't hit her because we saw him hit her. But what happened before? Give us the whole story. Give us the whole tape, all the footage. Or none of the footage at all. Since you want to be taping stuff and releasing stuff, let's see it all. We didn't even get production to give us the other side. What is Chris' story? Because he has a story. But we weren't given the benefit of that. And if somebody had been doing what she said that they were doing, first of all, she lied. And she started because he was trying to go away. She said she snatched something out of his hand. The phone. Because she feels like she owns it. He says, give me my phone back. She wants to put him out the house. And she says that this went on for 2 hours and she had the phone in her pocket so that the police could hear. It's so many holes in that. And I don't want to trigger anybody, but I don't believe half of what she said. I just don't, because the math isn't mathing. You're walking through the park looking homeless. I said, did she get put out? From my understanding, the girl was getting evicted out of the house. The car's sitting in the front. She driving around dirty. She driving dirty. She's got to go to court. She's been driving on a suspended license. She's been fighting police officers. She's been doing the most. She, in my opinion, is no better than Chris. She is Chris, just a female version of Chris. But she has been afforded the opportunity for representation that Chris' black ass probably didn't have. Let's just keep it a buck 150. But this girl goes out on TikTok and every other social media platform. She's disrespectful to the people in the comment section. She be lying her ass off, in my opinion. And that's my opinion. And then she get mad at content creators because they say something about this she putting out there, the inconsistencies and the falsehoods of it all. And then you walk your ass out there and say, this is the worst day of my life, but yet and still you dating allegedly his brother. You're dating another prisoner, allegedly. That's kin to Chris. Y'all don't see how fucked up that is? No, that does not give him the right to put his paws on her. But let me tell you something. Is something going on for 2 hours? 2 hours? And you come out looking like that? And you walked away with a chipped tooth? Fuck out of here. You're not going to convince me that Gabby was not a contributing factor to what happened to her. And it's unfortunate and it's sad because don't nobody want to see anybody go through that. But she is a contributing factor because you don't snatch nothing out anybody's hand. Once he got the phone, that's his phone. Chris, you don't put your hand on a woman. You wouldn't want nobody to put their hand on your mama, and you wouldn't want nobody to put their hand on your sister. And I'm going to tell you right now, you should have calmed down, but you don't even have the life skills to calm down. You should have sat back, kicked back, laid back, and just was like, okay, even though the situation that was going on in the house, the cousin was sitting there and never helped Gabby. I wonder why the cousin didn't get involved. That's your cousin. That's your cousin. And she sat there and let this go on for 2 hours. Let me get off of here. let me get off of her. Okay? Let me get off of her and keep it moving. Justine and Michael. Michael is at home. He is babysitting the kids. Okay? Thank you so much, Sherry Ruffin, for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. You'll be able to see the pre-show we did today of Love After Lockup. Thank you so much, Sherry, for joining the membership. Everybody, please welcome Sherry to the membership. Welcome to the family, boo. Welcome. Michael is with the kids, and the kids is in the front room. Now, this was produced because they got other rooms in that Airbnb or that rented house. There are other rooms. So why the kids would be causing all this ruckus and Michael would be calling her, just show her at the store getting a pregnancy test. We don't have to have Michael frustrated with the kids, allegedly trying to do business and all that kind of stuff. And now this is the excuse that they're going to use for her quitting her job in order to be a stay-at-home mom, living off of his salary. And I'm wondering how much salary he got that she can live off of. Why did he do this? He said he has a tennis shoe business. The tennis shoes looked all right. They wouldn't be something I would put on my feet, but you know what? To each his own. Everybody got their own taste level. But Michael is a hustler, right? He's trying to hustle, his music. Now he's trying to hustle his tennis shoes, and he's at home, and the kids are, making noise and all that. And he's telling Justine she need to come home. Meanwhile, in between time, Justine is in the pharmacy or in the drugstore and saying that, she's not feeling good. She's got like a fever or whatever, and she's getting all this medicine, and then she goes over to the pregnancy test. Now, of course, we know that Michael already has kids. I was trying to think about how many kids he has. Well, anyway, if they have a baby, it's going to be the 8th child. So that means that she's got 3, he's got 4, so that's 7, because we've only seen 3 kids from her, 2 little boys and a girl. So he must got 4 kids, and so this is going to be the 8th child. He said that when he came home that he was hoping that she was going to get pregnant from the giddy up. So this isn't an unwanted pregnancy because he said it out of his mouth. Now they can act like we did not hear that, but we heard that from the very first episode. And so now Michael, of course, is, telling Justine when she gets home from work that, he needs her to invest her time in his life and in his dreams, okay, and not her own. So she is, I guess, considering quitting her job, and she's saying, I can't do it now. Is it the best time to do it? Healthcare and all that kind of stuff. And Nick Nack Patty Rack, give it to Uncle Bone. I don't believe the storyline. I ain't with it. I think it's fake. I don't think that this girl has any intention on leaving her job and being full time with him, because I don't even believe that he makes enough revenue for her to even be able to do that. I think this is a phony storyline. People have been looking and thinking that, she's pregnant right now. From some of the pictures that I've seen online, it does look like Justine is pregnant, but I guarantee you she probably still wearing them blues and she still got her job, because this show and Michael, I haven't heard his music. I did try to find his music. I saw a video on YouTube and I was shocked and unimpressed. I just was like, no, this is not it right here for me. I think he's a great guy. I think he has a great personality, right? But I don't think that he's as talented as they're letting on to be, or as successful. Maybe he's been doing crypto or something like that, bitch. I don't know. But he just doesn't like the rapping. Like, I don't know him. Do y'all? Because I don't know him. But Justine is taking a pregnancy test. I guess next week we'll get the results of it. They are going to be coming back on the Love So this is Love After Lockup, and I guess the next one is gonna be Life during Lockup, or Love After Life After. Bitch, it's gonna be some type of spinoff. But this couple is fairly boring. They're one of the couples, I think, maybe they're a fan favorite for some people, but for me, I think that their storyline is boring. And so do I think the same thing about these people, even though they are entertaining, I want to say, because I do believe that this is one of the best seasons. And I do think that everybody's giving their stuff. I still think that the Aris and Cameron are really boring to me. There's not a lot going on. Aris is preparing to get married. Her daughter flew in. I think that her backstory was interesting though. God damn. So Aris is preparing herself to get married to Cameron, and he's excited. His homeboy is with him, and he's getting prepared and everything to get married to her. She has picked her daughter up from the airport, and she's talking to her daughter as if her daughter is a grown-ass woman. And she's having a conversation about, how she feel about him being his stepfather. She says that the two of them, really connected, like on the phone and stuff like that. And this is going to be her first time seeing him. He's like, I'm ready to be I think I'm ready to be a stepdad and all that kind of stuff. He obviously doesn't have any kids, but he's ready to be a stepdad, and he's hoping that, they can be one big happy family. And of course, he's nervous about the fact that he's got to meet her. So they all meet up, and they, he gives her the church hug. He loved them church hugs. He give her the church hug, and they go bowling, and they start talking about, the relationship and all that kind of stuff. And then she starts sharing about her relationship. She said that she was married to that she was dating a guy. She had gotten pregnant. And she said that it was it was two other women that was having babies and was pregnant. They all three of them were pregnant at the same time. She said that he was a fraud while he was over here, and that he ended up getting deported back to his country. So the last time that he had any contact with her daughter, she was 2 years old, I believe. It was either 2 or 3. And so she was dating this guy and didn't even know him. But then she didn't learn a damn thing, because she's back with Cameron, who she don't know, and married him. Yes, 1,000 times. Yes, yes. Okay, 1,000 times agreed to marry him, giving herself only a day and a half to go through with the ceremony. She said that her daddy, who was in jail, told her, I don't want you marrying some mofo out of jail. She does what she wants to do, and she wants everything to be peachy keen. The little girl has a great personality and stuff like that, but this is going to be a huge adjustment. And they're meeting not in private, but meeting on a television show. I just think it was just a disadvantage. Yes, 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 yes. Let me just hit that real quick, because I just saw that. Okay, I agree 100%. Yes, it looks all cute and all of that kind of stuff to you now, but girl, I'm trying to tell you the effect that the effect and effect this is going to have on your daughter later on. She's got to adopt this man, and this man is trying to adopt her. He's out of prison. He has no experience with children or anything. And she is not. The title of this show has got to be about her, because to me, there's so many red flags and so many stop signs and so many speed bumps and potholes. Bitch, why isn't she paying attention to the road? She's bringing this guy in her life, and I mean, he's a funny guy and all that kind of stuff, and I'm sure that he wants to do right. But do right, just I don't think in him. I just don't think it's in him right now. I think that I think that he has a good relationship with his sisters and stuff like that. But you got to let him go through the fire. You got to let him go through temptation. You got to let him go back around the old crew, see how he act about it. You got to see he married her so that he can move to Florida with her. But I'm going to tell you right now, that is not going to make a good relationship because the two of you are in another state if he hasn't gotten that out of him. When he came home from jail, the first day that he got out the home, out of the halfway house, he went with his homeboys and was drinking and smoking and doing music. And you know, when guys are doing music or anybody doing music, you've been in the studio, you know, you be in that bitch for hours. You go in the studio and you come up out of that camp and the sun be up if you don't be careful, because you get engrossed in the music, engrossed in the project that you're doing. And it's just, ugh. So, you know, he had this, you know, do-rag on his head and all this kind of stuff. And he was like, do I look like a criminal? And the guy was like, no, you look like a man and all of that. So he was like, okay, Cameron, you know, you got your vows and stuff together. So Cameron was like, no, I'm a rapper. You know, I could just freestyle this. I could talk, you know, from my heart. But then on the other hand, as I was telling the members today, on the other hand, he sits there and says, I'm worried about the vows and stuff. Well, why are you worried about the vows? Sit down and take time to get that done. Everything he does is spontaneous. It's like in the moment, in the moment, in the moment. And he's not thinking about the repercussions of anything. The daughter seems like, you know, she's trying to give this an opportunity. I really don't like to talk about the kids, so I'm not going to really go into how I really feel about the little girl. I'm just going to talk very high level about it because I don't like to talk about people's kids. But I just think that this is just the wrong man at the wrong time. I just do. But she is head over heels in love with him. They brought out some flamingo dress for her. You know, it had the fluffy, you know, the little feathers on the top. And she was like, girl, I got a high split. I'm showing all these sides. And then she goes out there, and when she gets walked down the aisle, she got this dress on, and she got these underwears that's like showing through the dress, and her stomach is protruding. She ain't having no guard, nothing to hold her in. She had her garter belt showing on the side, and I just was like, this is so trifling looking. She had a makeup artist come in there and all that kind of stuff, and her girlfriend was there with her. But I just was like, you know, there's something that she's beautiful on the outside, but bitch, something is going on in the inside, and bitch, y'all not gonna tell me that it's not. Something's off with her. And I think we give her the benefit of the doubt because we look at him and he looked just dusty. But honey, I'm trying to tell you, when you just look at him on the inside, look at her on the inside, something is wrong. So anyway, you know, they just say, you know, it's time for the ceremony. And of course, we looking for the sisters. Now we was looking for the sisters. Honey, when them dresses came out that the sisters had on, I said, that's Forever 21. But okay, anyway. But honey, they had a cardboard, and I'm trying to be respectful to the dead. I am trying to be respectful to the dead. But they got to show some respect too. And they have left me in a kabuffle, bitch, because when they brought that cardboard, y'all know I wanted to go and get a paper doll from the dollar store, bitch. Because when they had that father's frame coming through there like that, looking like a used car salesman, bitch, I was done. I said, what car lot is he working on? And girl, when they said that was the father, I said, why would they put me in this predicament? Why would they put any of us in this predicament to come out there with a full-bodied cardboard image picture of the dad? Whose idea was that? Now, I would have understood if they all had a shirt on with the father's thing on their rest in peace, dad, wish you was here, some type of. But honey, the cardboard figure was. I I said it's blurry. It ain't clear. They would have did better if they had did a hologram somewhere up in the trees. If they had a projector of them standing like, at least been able to, go back on some old footage or some old tape and had them clapping or, or something, you know what I'm saying, or celebrating. He could have been giving us fingers. But no, the father stiff as a board. I said, bitch, I ain't gonna be able to do this. And the sisters was coming down the aisle, looked like they was walking to music with the father. They looked like when they was coming down that aisle with the father, they was like, I see, what the, is this a procession? What the, boo. All I kept thinking was, how do I say goodbye to what we had? Honey, I was ready for somebody to take a couple of 40s out, bitch, and throw them on the grass. Just pour the 40s on the grass, bitch. Oh, I could not believe that they came down there with the father. God bless y'all, because y'all love your daddy. So he said that, he had told his daddy, I ain't going to talk to you, daddy. I'm going to come and see you. And he said, next thing you know, the mother called and said that the father had a heart attack. And that was sad. Rest in peace to the father. For real, for real. Next time, don't bring no cardboard down. Thank you so much, Chrissy, for the $4.99 super chat. His back to her as she walked down the aisle. Okay. I was like, I thought the sisters was going to do better. I thought everybody was going to do better. But for them to pull that together in that short time period, they really did have a lot of guests. They did have, I ain't see her father. Her father ain't show up. He just was like, no. But he was saying that, his mother said that, the father had a heart attack and they would not release him to go to the funeral. And I thought that that was sad, but I know that there are times when, they take their authority and they say no. So they went down the aisle and everything, and he, was pleased with how she looked and everything. And I wasn't. I just was like, her underwears, everything is wrong. Like everything is fucking wrong. And so after, they stand up there, he gives his little vows and tells her that he's going to rub her feet and all that kind of stuff. And then, she pulls hers out of her bra and she's written hers down, and hers was worse than his. And I said, for her to have had time and roll hers down, hers was worse than his. Thank you so much, Sharon, for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Welcome, Sharon. Everybody, please welcome Sharon to the membership. Welcome. I was like, her vows was worse than his vows. So, they kissed and they married and everything. And it was just, it was what it was. But despite everything, this is a boring ass couple. I mean, they giving it, they bringing it right because, again, this is the best cast, but they're boring nonetheless. What had happened? What had happened? Y'all, Ashley, who we have been seeing having these little crying moments, lost it this episode. Y'all sit down. Let me tell y'all about it. So we know that Ashley has been given this month all kinds of promises about how life is going to be. But her ass has been living on the edge and lying like a mother. Lying her whole entire life. has been a lie, and it exploded and imploded this episode. Ashley told us that she had a successful business. Bitch, we met clients that she was buying jewelry from. They said she come in and spend $30,000 in one wop. While Ashley was in the bathroom. Thank you so much, Sharon, for the $5 super chat. Thank you, boo. Ashley was sitting her in there, telling him, get butterball because I'm coming to base you, honey. I'm coming to base you, bake you. I'm coming to make sure you're well done. Okay? Okay? He like, I got it, baby. Let me go ahead and do what I do. Do I do? He ready for her. Next thing you know, she get a phone call. Hello? Get away. Get away. I don't want nobody to talk to me. So, okay, we all look alike. What in a... Y'all? Ashley done came and got me, y'all. I'm back. Ashley kirks out. She doesn't want to talk to Travis or production. She runs into the bathroom with her old little dog. She is freaking out. We don't know what's going on. Travis don't know what's going on. Everybody is like, what is going on? She is screaming to the top of her lungs, get away from me. I don't want to talk to you. She's telling production to get the fuck out of her house. And we like, what the hell is going on with Ashley? Now, we know that she is act bipolar and well, no, not a little, a whole lot emotional. And we like, what the hell's going on? So Ashley comes out the bathroom. She wants production out the house. Production like, who's on the phone? And bitch, what did they say? Because production feel like they got a right. Production was following her from here to there. They was following Travis. Travis was trying to find out what was going on. He had to put his drawers back on. We like, what is going on? Come to find out that Ashley is broker than broke. And that her landlord, who I believe, I told the members today, I wish I knew how to do these polls, but I don't. Ashley, I believe the dude that lived next door is Ashley's landlord. Put a 1 in the chat if you think it is, or 2 in the chat if you think it's not the dude that lived next door. Let me tell you why I think that. The reason why I think it is because Ashley said that her landlord has been in her house and knew that the those pictures was up there. But when the mother moved in, he gave them 15 days to get the fuck out of there because he was a felon. I believe it's the dude next door. I think that she was dealing with him because he was the landlord, that is a house that he owned, and that's why he felt like he had the right to come over there as often as he did. And when she turned on him and said she changed the locks on the door, y'all remember that? When she picked Travis up from the hospital, from the jail, she was like, he got the keys to the house, but I'm going to let him keep them keys while I change the locks. I believe that the mother that lived next door is her landlord, and he was like, get him the fuck out of here. He used that excuse. They said, Travis said that he even tried to have the police to physically put her out. She said that she spent $70,000 on some jewelry in one wop. But in the last 2 years, due to the pandemic, she has only been able to make that in the last 2 years. Her house is borrowed. Her car is leased. Ashley don't have nothing. She had him out there in that swimming pool thinking he was living a life. She driving hither and thither and taking care of him and putting money on his books and doing all this bullshit and buying him clothes and jewelry and all this old kind of stuff. And she ain't got. Come to find out, they had to just about leave everything in the house. She said she only made $3,500 off of $40,000 worth of furniture. She ain't got. She done bamboozled and tricked Travis. So even if Travis was in it for the money, she ain't got none. And now she's flicking out on Travis. And Travis said, look, I ain't in this for the money. But I wish she had been more straight up about her stuff. She is the one who's been tricking Travis the whole entire time. Absolutely, baby. Ashley been scamming the scammer. She done lost everything. She told me, I wish I had saved money. I wish I hadn't spent money like that. Ashley is a scammer, y'all. Ashley has tricked and bamboozled this man and had this man with all these pipe dreams about all these classes they was going to take and how he was going to help her with the business. And this bitch didn't have a damn thing. And now she's going off. She's screaming to the top of her lungs. She's angry. And Travis is like, what the fuck? And they were supposed to have been going to see Travis' mother and all this old kind of stuff. They get to a hotel. He had to change his parole location from Florida to Manassas, Virginia. They're in a hotel in Manassas. Now, why they're in a hotel in Manassas, Virginia, I don't know. But Manassas, Virginia ain't cheap to live in either. They had a cheap little hotel on a wing in a prayer. And of all the things she decided to pack up, she brought that ring floaty that was in the pool. And now she's sitting out there blowing it up. And he's like, Mom, I'm going to come and see you. I guess maybe they're in the Manassas because his mama there. Maybe they're going to be living with the mama at the mama house. So they at the hotel and everything. He comes out and she's like, blow this up. You know, I want us to be in the pool. And he's like, look, you know, I got to go see my parole officer. I got to go see my mother. I got stuff I got to do. And she was like, bitch, I ain't asked you for nothing. I've been putting stuff on your books all this time. And I want you to go do this one time. You owe me. So she taking her, you know, thing off with her little flabby ass body. Them little, honey. Anyway, I ain't going to talk under the lady clothes. But she's standing out there and everything. And he is like, no, she is mad. She jumps in the pool. She's just ignorant. So he's like, you know, she's like, we ain't got no money. We couldn't afford to do this. We couldn't afford to do that. You know, we barely made it up here by the skin of our chinny chin chin. And so now here it is. She has, she tells Travis said, well, we ain't got no money to do something. She says, well, why is that? Bitch, because you lied. You lied. What do you mean? Why is that? He said, I thought that I was going to come out and be able to rest for a little while. She was like, bitch, go get some money. See, she's a bad influence on him because we already know why he's in jail. And so now she wants him to go and get money by hook or by damn crook. So this is probably going to make him go back to his old ways because Ashley done gagged it and duped the kids, messed up the church's money, messed up the bag, and now she wants him to solve the problem. So she got with Travis so that Travis can solve her problems. But she a whole lot, just like her eyebrows, just like her hair, or everything was just fake. And now she's acting bipolar, schizophrenic. And Travis is like stuck. Unless he gonna be able to stay with his mama, he's stuck. Oh, it's up and it's stuck. Last but not least, Monique and Derek. Honey, let me tell you, they went live the other day on Instagram, and they were laying up in the bed together, and I was just like, almost. To see it live and to see Monique live like that, and Derek looked like he was in a sunken place. And bitch, when I say in a sunken place, he was laying on that bed beside her, and he looked like he was in a serious sunken motherfucking place. That's a big girl. Monique is big. Like, she really is big. And they was sitting there like, she was like, people mad. Wait a minute, hold on. They mad because they on a beanie. Monique, don't nobody want to be you. But the thing about it, at the end of the live, they brought the sister on. And I saw the sisters. And I said, they like our family. That's running the family. Because the sister was like, hey, what's up? How y'all? And I said, oh, look at them. The two double men. What was he? Double men? Bitch, I want to say something. So this week we see Monique. She's in a hotel room smothering Derek. Monique has changed the rental car. She about to change the rental car. She living in La La Land. Derek, who was in a wild chase, scaring the cast and them good old people, he knows who was in the car. He doing dirt behind Monique back. But he got to stay with Monique for the show. He can't afford to let Monique go. He can't afford it. So Derek now has to make a phone call. But he didn't remember that Monique set up his whole phone. See, he playing a dangerous game. But Monique, having such low self-esteem, will tolerate Derek cheating. It is what it is. So Derek goes outside. He barely got out of that month. He got out of there by the skin of his chinny chin chin. Just to make a phone call, to go anywhere. He got to get a security clearance, bitch. He need to give his flight and his hotel itinerary. He got to give his whole travel itinerary to Monique. Because the only thing that Monique knows is that phone. He got to give everything. Social Security, firstborn bitch, 2 pints of blood before he can walk up out of there. He got to put an ankle bracelet up on his ass. She got a GPS stuck up in a crack of his, and by phone. Derek goes out. He learned how to use that phone and dial anonymous. He calls. Hello? What's up? Was that you following me last night? Was you in the car following me last night? She was like, I don't know. Was I? Did you see me? Was I driving? Did you touch me? No face, no case. No face, mother, and no case. He was like, I know that was you because when we was talking to each other, you told me everything about you. She was like, he was like, so was that you? Was you trying to hurt me, or what was you trying to do? She said, I wasn't trying to hurt you, but what you not gonna do is fucking play with me. You not gonna play with me. I ain't the one. He was like, but I'm saying, was you trying to hurt me? She said, I wasn't trying to hurt you. If I was trying to hurt you, I would have got out. But I mean, I did try to get out, but it didn't work. But I'm telling you right now, you're not going to play with me. So Derek tells us that his brother was messing with a CO, a correction officer, hooked him up with this correction officer. They got to talking and everything clicked. Everything clicked. So here he is. Got Monique didn't tell the ghetto chick because he said she's ghetto, but the woman that you sitting up in there with is ghetto too. Monique, her sisters, all them ghetto. All you know is ghetto. But this girl is ghetto-er because she got a license right to carry a firearm. Monique, in the meantime, hang. Yeah, okay, girl. Last night we was it was a car following us and everything. I think it was the sisters. Oh, they just straight hoes. They just straight hoes. Y'all been beefing back and forth with the sisters online for nothing. Dirk been using the sisters as his scapegoat to get away with the bullshit he been wanting to get away with. So now he got his sisters in this cotton freaking position that whatever they do, they're gonna always think that it's the sisters. In the meantime, he escapes. He getting away with. He calls the girl on the phone. She was like, "Oh, we gonna talk. Oh, we gonna talk." She was like, "I was in the car, but I wasn't driving." He said, "Well, she got out." Derek, what are you? You a ghetto that came out of jail with a $9,000 check. You ain't got. You don't have nothing. And then you gonna sit there and tell your sister that you was cool in the game. But now you done extended your stay with him that don't want you there. And he's messing with another woman who's ready to rap at that dap it up on his head and whoop his. And he's still curious about the chick because now he's saying that he's going to go out there with the chick because he want to see if she love him the way that she said she did. But he don't want Monique to leave because he making his money off this show. Let's just be for real about it. They're the hottest couple on the show. Derek has a reason to be with her. He has I'm not saying that Monique ain't worried about. I'm not saying that Monique is not worthy of love. I'm saying that this is playing games. Straight up and down, he's playing games with her. He doing what he got to do. He in for the long game. They getting ready to be back on the next season. You think Derek gonna break up with Monique right now? He's smart. He's methodical. He done thought this through. And in the meantime, and in between time, she don't have a relationship with the family, so ain't nobody gonna tell her nothing because she ain't put herself in a position to say for nobody to be able to tell her anything. She in the worst position of her life and she don't even know that. And he's sitting up on here with a girl that he calling ghetto. I wonder what he called Monique behind her back. And Monique acting like he the prize. He's not the prize. She could do better than him. He don't have nothing. He goes into a shop tomorrow. I got to buy Monique a ring. Because he know Monique gonna find out. So now he goes down to a jewelry shop and looking for a ring for her. And he got his brothers in there. God damn, can he go anywhere without having somebody coming up and pulling up? Thank you so much, Kibi, for the $4.99 super chat. Derek is going to do what he has to do, especially after what his family went through when they were little. Agreed. Okay? He in here for the long game. And you know what, Derek? I would be mad at you. And I think that I should be mad at you. But if you got a lemon, squeeze that mother. Make lemon juice, lemon tea, lemon crumpets, make lemon muffins, lemon and pepper chicken. Do use that lemon. Monique want to be a lemon user, squeezer. Do whatever you got to do. Because you know what? If it was a chick and she was doing this, I would have said the same thing. Equal. But don't bring your sisters in it, and you got her and her sister saying disrespectful stuff about the sister, and it won't them. They didn't have to do with it. And then your brother come down there. He just got out of jail. And he like, do you need medicine? He like, I'm buying her an engagement ring. She been with me for 2 years. She was holding it down. Well, when she was with you for 2 years, you didn't honor her because you was messing with a CO. You was messing with a CO who had you running away and putting everybody's life in jeopardy because you didn't want to take responsibility and ownership that you had been fucking around on Monique. Thank you so much, Mrs. Always Right, for the $1.99 super chat. He used *67 to block his number and used *69 to call back. I didn't even know that stuff work anymore. Thank you, Boo, for the super chat, Miss Always Right. Okay, for the lemons. Because Monique she's a tall glass of lemonade. Because she want to prove to everybody on social media that it's really something going on with her and Derek. She want to prove that even though she looked like this on the screen, that he really loved her. That it's really something to it. Monique, why do you think you got up to 100,000 subscribers on Instagram? Some folk laughing with you and some folk laughing at you. I'm going to go ahead on and keep it a $150 out here. I ain't going to sugarcoat it because I'm going to tell you. Everybody is not laughing with you. Everybody's not celebrating you. They looking at the buffoonery and the clownery of it all. Thank you so much, Gardens and Goddesses LLC, for the $5 super chat. Derek don't seem like he don't deal with his family. He seems like he says that on camera for his girlfriend who doesn't like them. Love you, Auntie. Love you too, boo. You look like the sister. You look like the sister. Are you the sister? Because I'm telling you now, you look like the sister. Y'all, don't she look like the sister? Hi, Gardens and Goddesses. You look like the sister. Okay. Thank you for her. He is not into Monique like Monique think he is. In my opinion. Don't matter. What matter is the truth. But I'm telling you right now, you can tell by when the brother came in there that he fucked with his family. And one thing about it is that mama, rest in peace, made some beautiful kids, because them some beautiful kids. Every last one of them. When that boy came in there and he told him that he was getting engaged to Monique because Monique held it down for him for 2 years, he never mentioned that he was messing with a CO. He never mentioned it. Just that he was buying her a ring. And then he tells the cameraman, I ain't marrying her today or tomorrow or next week or even next year. But I got to keep her right here beside my hip. Because I'm getting a little bit of check off of Love After Lockup. I'm getting popularity on social media. And I'm going to ride this daggone horse until the end of time. That's my month-in opinion about it. And that's what I think. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think it's going to come out good for Monique. Because as I said, people are not always laughing with you, honey. They're laughing at you. The joke just might be on your ass. Because if he can cheat on you and you was holding him down for 2 years while he was incarcerated, he can cheat on you easier out here in these streets and have another woman holding him down who will scratch your mouth and eyes out for it. You out there got all these people in danger, Derek, and you know it wasn't your sister, but you use your sisters as a con, in my opinion. You use your sisters to get away with the bullshit, to perpetrate the fraud, to gaslight her, because now you're going over there to go and see the girl. And you only get Monique a ring to shut her the fuck up. You don't want Gabby talking about nothing. I mean, Monique, not Gabby. And then you get down to the thing. Monique calls him on the phone. She texts him. I see he ready. I see he ready because I got the read on. I see he ready, but he ain't said now. Hold on, let me see. I ain't call him, bitch. Hold on, let me see. I ain't call. It's on, bitch. He call this something. I can't call him. Is he got? Let me see. Is he got? So he ain't gonna pick up the phone. Hold on, let me call him again. Maybe that's not. Let me change his ringtone or whatever. Let me see if I can get in the. Let me see. Okay. I need this. This one. Let me see. He moving around. He look like he moving around. Let me call him. This one. I ain't even pick up this phone. Okay, so what? He ain't got. God dang, now I got V phone. Okay. He like, man, she got a location on me. His brother's like, man, that's all right. I know how to turn that location on. Give me that phone. She was like, I see he on the move. He on the move. He on the move. We going, hold on. We going, he on the move. Man, that thing dropped on her. The brother cut that. He was like, we got to do. He's saying that the woman's smothering him. He can't even breathe. He's sick of Monique. Who is that obsessed with a person that you got to put a GPS tracking system on them, that you got to put cameras in somebody? Who's going to stay with you, Monique, if it's not for the money? Look at how uncomfortable you making him feel. You could go online. You can lay in bed with him, Monique. He could do it whatever, Monique. I'm telling you, you's in danger, girl. Blink. I don't even know if we're going to see it. Them lashes so big. But at least just flutter them. Flutter your lashes or something when you get in trouble. Just let them, because they out like this. They looking like, seriously. It looking like you got dragon eyelashes. And it's not helping you. It ain't doing no good. We want to laugh with you, not at you. Ride it out for as long as you can ride it out. But I'm going to tell you right now, don't have your hopes and everything in Derek, because this episode right here, let us see him for his works. He didn't even get the ring. He got $9,000. Dude charged him $2,500 for the ring. He had the money to buy right then and there. Why he got put it on layaway? He ain't got no other kind of way of making no income. Buy the bitch now while you got the money. The girl look like she rough and tough with her afro puffs. I can't wait for us to see the CEO, because I'm going to tell you right now, she told him, no, I'm not the one. She said, I'm not the one. Don't play with me, mother. Don't play with me. He said, did you see who I was with? She was like, yeah. And you heard me calling you too. I kept on saying, Dirt. And she was like, get in the car. He was like, how you know I was down there? She was like, ain't none of your business. You know how I roll? You playing with the wrong one. We're going to have a convo. We're going to have a conversation. And you can tell he's scared of her. He with all these women he's scared of. He's scared of Monique. He's scared of the CEO. Just a little scaredy cat. And his brother's like, man, what you doing? Wait till the brother see her. Wait till the other family members put their eyes up on Monique. In my opinion, as long as Monique was with him, she's going to question herself. She's going to question her beauty. She's going to question her self-worth. She's always going to be guessing, because she feels unworthy of being with somebody with him. But Monique, at the end of the day, you the prize, boo, not him. That's just my opinion. Because a man that'll cheat on you when you got all these tracking devices up on this, and he's cheating, and his brother's turned the locator on, y'all gonna have issues and problems. And you're gonna always be questioning yourself. Because Monique, I'm gonna leave it right there. Thank you to all 1,300 people who are out here tonight. I appreciate you all being here on the live. I am out of here. Thank you to everybody who super chatted. Thank you to my moderators who keep the chat nice and safe. I appreciate every last one of y'all. And until we meet again, y'all, please be safe out there in them streets.